Right, so our final round is free-for-all, a fact on whatever topic you like. Let's kick off with Laura.
Well, I thought we'd go with a bit of buggery, Kirby.
Is it Friday already?
So, buggery as actually something in law, as it were, and,
I think that's just called going to court.
So, has been in and out in terms of...
Don't hit me. You can't say buggery and in and out.
So buggery has been in and out of being...
Favour.
Buggery has been in and out of favour throughout the years, being in-law and outlaw at various times.
Continue.
During the reign of Richard I, widely thought to have indulged in it himself, those convicted of sodomy were hanged, burned, stoned to death, buried alive, or drowned.
So not a mix and match deal then?
It's not specific, no.
Okay.
Henry VIII passed the Buggery Act, and his son Edward VI passed the Sodomy Act for good measure. Then in 1562, Elizabeth I banned the detestable vice of buggery after her sister Mary had legalised it in the first year of her reign. Elizabeth's Attorney General Sir Edward Coke said in court, buggery is a detestable and abominable sin against Christians not to be named, committed by mankind with mankind, or with brute beast, or by womankind with brute beast. Apparently women can't do it to another woman. They're over
to brute beasts, apparently. But no, but it never says anything about a man or a woman.
Technology was...
we get there.
Oh, do we get there?
We get there.
I was wondering about this earlier.
In 16th century England, it was punishable by burning at the stake or hanging, and it carried the death sentence penalty until 1861. But since then, the law has become considerably more lenient. The sexual offence...
A little more relaxed, shall we say.
Bit more lube.
Well, not in...
But not KY, because
recently.
that traps in... Whatever it is, traps bacteria, that's the one. Not infection.
And can damage condoms.
And can damage condoms.
Which you should wear.
But if you're going without, it's grand.
Which you shouldn't do because the risk of contracting HIV
But I'm assuming that you're buggering your monogamous partner. I'm sorry. That's my assumption there. I don't know about you, I tend not to bugger people I don't know very well.
I don't know about you, but I am buggered in a while.
The Sexual Offences Act of 1967 legalised homosexual acts for consenting adult males in private, providing they weren't members of the armed forces, although buggery is still illegal for heterosexuals. But there is a loophole here. Under the Sexual Offences Act of 1956, a wife cannot testify against her husband in a buggery case unless the person on the receiving end is under 17.
So you can have anal sex with your wife provided she's over 17?
No. You can't have anal sex with your wife, apparently.
No, he says she can't testify against her husband.
Well, yeah, but...
So
it is still illegal for heterosexuals.
I can't look into the law.
Yeah, I was going to say, I'm pretty sure that's not true.
I'm pretty glad we didn't go for the whole Christian eye for an eye for this, because the penalty for buggery would be buggery. Which would then have the new buggerer being buggered by someone, and you're just going to end up with the world's biggest daisy chain.
I also like the...
But no. But there used to be the punishment of radishing. Like, you know the joke in Blackadder who said you'll be, and I'll get to the thing and I'll be radished. They actually did, because radishes used to be a lot longer, wider, and pointier. They used to shove radishes up people's arses as a crime for, I think, non-payment of debt.
Yeah, I think that's pretty much a crime. Shoving a radish.
There was also the...
but they did it with a hammer and stuff as well,
But there's also... Everyone's quite familiar with the whole thought of trial by battle, trial by combat. Everyone's quite familiar with the idea of trial by combat, trial by drowning, trial by fire, etc.
It would really change gladiators.
Gladiators, ready! Contestants, ready, fuck that!
But there was also the trial by bleeding, which was it was in Scotland, and if the person was caught and tried within 3 days of killing someone, the way that they were tried was to touch the corpse. And if the corpse bled, that meant they were guilty, and if it didn't, that meant they were innocent.
But hang on, but the blood stops flowing within something like 24 hours, doesn't it? So
by rigor
They had
mortis
to be
is
tried
already-
within 3. I don't
So
know.
within 3, so provided you get 24 hours out of the way, you're sorted. Because you come back and it won't bleed, it will just maybe...
What if you poisoned someone? Like, she's never going to bleed.
True.
Totally fine.
Also, it was found around medieval times that you couldn't try the clergy in normal courts. You had to go to the ecclesiastical court. And this included for all things including incest, buggery, and all manners of bestiality, etc. And it was found that you could not try them in regular courts. It had to be put to...
When you say it was found, do you mean they just really could have
dug around in the
ha and not here?
They could appeal and it would be taken quite seriously and say that you can't try me here, quite basic. And I've got the excerpts from the law, etc. still on my phone.
Interesting. That's pretty cool. I didn't know that.
I forgot what's going on right now.
Queen Elizabeth I also made it illegal for women to entice men into marriage and sexual favours using makeup, hair, clothing and high-heeled shoes.
Wasn't she quite famous for wearing makeup, though? Especially in
She
enticing
didn't
anyone
entice
into
anyone to marry her, so she's right.
But didn't. Yeah.
I think the whole thing that, her sister Mary legalised buggery for it then to become illegal again after... And the whole theory that Mary was just a beard for her gay Spanish husband is quite intriguing to me, but...
A beard.
Please explain to our listeners at home.
Yeah, I'm confused by this. Hang on.
Okay, so say you
marry a gay guy.
You marry a gay guy, and so if you're a woman and you marry a gay guy, but you're marrying him so that he appears straight, that makes him his beard.
Oh, I get it. So it's like something that makes him seem
more
manly and
etc.
I've not heard that before. That's
and there is another term for it for a lesbian as well.
Still a beard, I would imagine.
No, for the man to marry
a lesbian.
For appearance's sake, due to fragile minds and history, not being as accepting, etc. But
was this like Oscar Wilde and his wife?
Yeah,
because she was. I don't know if she was gay or not. She was big on trousers. No pun intended there. She was very keen on trousers.
I'm big in trousers.
No. She led something like the Women's Sensible Clothing Act or something. Which she got this basically because women were trying to ride bicycles in skirts and kept getting injured. And there was the penny farthings and all this kind of stuff. And she said, screw it, let's just wear trousers. And I think she had the similar kind of issue to Oscar Wilde in that people thought she was a bit, I don't know if it's fruity if you say it about a woman or not, but they certainly thought she was a bit odd.
I wonder if it's now spicy.
Spicy? What, if you're a woman, fruity. You're spicy. If you're a man, you're fruity.
Yeah, I guess. There's got to be some level of conversion.
Fruit to spice ratio.
That makes a perfect mince pie. Thank you, Oliver Cromwell.
Is that what you call a wedding between a gay man and a lesbian?
No,
a perfect fruit pie.
I don't know.
Okay. Where's the mince? I'm here.
Okay, tell us about your fact, Mr. Dave.
Okay, last time I was on the show, Kirby mentioned the Ig Nobel Awards.
Oh, I love them. Yes.
Love them. Totally cool. But that reminded me of to check in with my favourite awarding body, the Darwin Awards.
Oh, yeah, they're great
yeah,
too.
Totally. For anyone who doesn't know, they celebrate the stupid and hilarious ways people have removed themselves from the gene pool. And they claim that even the human gene pool needs a bit of chlorine. So my crime-related free-for-all is that in November 2007, over in Russia, one late night, I'm going to mispronounce his name, but it's Edward, entered the apartment of a 30-year-old handicapped man who slept peacefully as Edward. I'm just going to call him Edward.
Yeah, cool. Eddie.
Eddie quietly cleaned out the valuables. Eddie was prepared to leave when suddenly the man woke up. I couldn't believe my eyes. The dark shape of some goon was standing over my nightstand, recalls the burglary victim. I cried out and he attacked me, who was defenceless. With his fists, I had no choice. I hit him between the legs with my crutch. A crutch.
I scissored the bastard.
Yeah. I hit him between the legs with my crutch, and he leapt out the window. Thank God I live on the first floor, and he did not die from the fall. I didn't understand at first what had fallen out of his pants. When I looked closer, I realised it was a testicle. A man's testicle. I put it in cold water and rushed to the phone. The handicapped man dialed the emergency services several times, but the doctors hung up on me when I told them I'd ripped off a burglar's balls. Half an hour later, the blood-covered thief was found by passers-by who called the police. An unconscious man was lying on the sidewalk, said the police investigator. When the medics revived him, he started screaming hysterically, "Give me back my balls." Edward's genitals were so traumatised that...
Oh, don't tell me you sued the guy.
That the doctors had to amputate the entire scrotum to prevent gangrene.
Oh.
In the hospital, the burglar filed a complaint against the victim. He said, "I will never forgive him." There we go. That's wonderful.
Oh. So, my fact is the last one, and it is about some not up to scratch crack. In 2006, Eloise Reeves of New York went to the police to complain about the quality of the crack cocaine she'd bought, and she was then arrested. It's fairly short and simple. I like
that.
I found a couple of these ones, and they're just the stupidest things people have ever done. And but the second place one that I had goes to a robber who phoned a convenience store in Ontario to ask how much cash they had in the register prior to his robbery, and he was then arrested on arrival at the shop. There were a couple of other ones that was really good, but I can't want to keep it short and sweet. But yeah, that's it. Not up to scratch crack.
Nice.
For that last round, we have Laura's Buggery Act, Dave's Neutering a Burglar, and my Quality Control Crack. Who are we going with? I am going to go with Buggery.
I know you're trying to play to my sensibilities, but I love stupidity, so human stupidity wins complaining about crack.
Because I won't be Kirby and vote for myself and the act.
You can vote for yourself. Come on, I've done it once now. We're allowed to do it now.
No.
Hosts' privileges.
No, because
Phil almost did it as well. Sorry, go on, Laura.
No, we're going to go with crack, because...
He deserves to win a round.
Yeah.
Oh, thank you. In this show, we actually have no winner, but just one loser. Laura, well done. I'm kidding. Yeah, Dave and I have won this particular one. Do you want to throw in a particularly good fact to kind of tip
fine,
over
then
the
I
edge?
go back and vote for myself, and me and Dave will win.
It's fine by me.
Okay, one last one. Sticking on the theme of Darwin Awards, my favourite Darwin Award.
Go on.
But my favourite one is, surprisingly, still in Russia. A bunch of young lads were sat and drinking and getting massively fucked up, and they decided to play Russian roulette. Because Russian.
Because Russia.
Because Russia, yes.
Because Russian, exactly. I love it. So, the first guy picks up a gun, puts it to his head, and blows his fucking brains out. Now I'm going to ask you a very basic technical question.
Oh, don't tell me.
What do you need to play a game of Russian roulette?
One bullet.
One bullet, yeah.
No, not just that.
A gun?
What type?
A revolver?
These poor kids were playing with a magazine-fed semi-automatic handgun. And so, yeah, every time you pull the trigger, a bullet's gonna come. Yeah, it was just a sociable suicide. There's no risk involved. It was gonna happen. So, yeah.
Fuck me.
Okay, that nails it. That's it.
Yeah,
that's
that
fine.
nails
Okay, Dave wins.
Well done. Dave, you have won our show today. Okay, so the absolute winner for the final round is Dave, which means that the winner for this episode is Dave, with 3 out of 5. Kudos. Yay. Thanks to all of you who joined us for today's episode of A Matter of Fact. It's with great pleasure I say thank you to Dave Cordingley and Laura Stevens for joining me. I've been Kirby Rawstorn. Goodbye.
Goodbye.
Bye.